edition of SunTV. I'm Clint Franks, and joining me, as always, is the editor and publisher of the Choctaw Sun Advocate, Deanne Campbell. We'll get to our Friday Fun Day segment here in just a minute, but a little bit of quick weather information. As you can see outside today, it's going to be beautiful, high of around 85. It's going to be cool for football tonight. Chamber of Commerce weather. Finally, some football weather. It's going to get down into the 50s tonight. It's going to start raining on, I think, Sunday, and possibly through Tuesday, and then a good taste of mid-fall or late fall with highs in the 60s and lows down in the 30s.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. I hear that at last the long, hot summer is over.
We hope.
We hope. In the sports department today, high school football abounds our area this evening. Patrician hosts Wilcox at Hannah Hesselman Field, homecoming for the Saints. Right. They can lock up their region championship, which assures them a home game on November the 3rd. Southern Choctaw, for the 78th time, faces the Choctaw County Tigers up at Tiger Stadium at Butler.
That's always fun.
That should be a good ball game. Choctaw County they're looking better and better. For Southern Choctaw, they've got to win this one. They want to still be playing the second week of November. They've got to win this one and then again next week, so an important game for both teams. Sweetwater, the number 3 ranked team in Class 1A, they travel to Wildcat Hill to take on the improving Milry Wildcats. Milry has locked up a playoff spot, and they've extended their season. And South Choctaw Academy, they can wrap up the number 2 spot in the AISA Region 2.
And they're playing the Longhorns.
They're playing the Longhorns of Marengo Academy over at Linden. That should be a good ball game as well. And we'll change gears a little bit. Tomorrow, for the 100th time, Alabama will face the Tennessee Volunteers. It's the 3rd Saturday in October. That's a 2:30 kickoff on CBS.
What you think, Clint? It's going to be a
massacre? This game always scares me a little bit.
Yeah.
Weird things happen when Alabama and Tennessee face off, but they are playing from the friendly confines of Bryant-Denny Stadium. Coach Saban has done all he can do to maybe keep from getting the big head. Alabama, they're a little banged up. Of course, they're off next week, and that comes as a good time. But
you're saying all this really because you're excited because you're going to be there.
I will be in attendance.
Right?
I've got a press box pass for that. I look for Alabama to. They should take care of Tennessee, but you never know.
I think Tennessee's been making some noise like they think Alabama has something to fear.
Well,
but
all it takes is one bad game in the SEC. And tomorrow evening on the SEC Network at 6:30, Auburn travels to Razorback Stadium to take on the Hogs. Auburn should take this one pretty handedly, but there's a little drama starting to unfold. There's a lot of pundits out there that say if Auburn stumbles like they did last week against LSU, they are really growing weary of Gus Malzahn, and there's a lot of pundits saying that Malzahn may be on his way back to his home state of Arkansas to coach those same Hogs.
Well, speaking of Arkansas, Clint, Arkansas is part of our Fun Day Friday. In fact, we have several states that are part of our discussion today for Fun Day Friday. We're going to be talking about the law.
Most of us are breaking the law.
Yeah. In one way, shape, or form,
That's
we are.
right. Tell us a little bit.
But there are a lot of laws on the books. For instance, speaking of Arkansas, and these we're talking about laws that are still on books in several states. Some of the crazy laws that we see that are still on the books, not only in Alabama but in states across the country. Arkansas, for example, has a law that makes it illegal to mispronounce the name of the state. You can't say Arkansas, Arkansas, or whatever you might want to say in Arkansas. You better pronounce it right or you could go to jail for that.
I see one right down here that people in Florida, you go down to Panama City, you go to Destin, you pull up to a bar and have yourself a cold adult beverage. It's illegal in that state to serve beer and pretzels at the same time.
And I wonder how often that law is broken.
My question is this. Could you really be charged with that?
I don't know. Okay, here's a law in Pennsylvania. If you're ever driving along the Pennsylvania roadways at night in the rural areas of the state law requires that you stop every mile and send up a rocket signal. I don't know when that came to be, but probably a long time ago, and I would think that really nobody heeds that law anymore. I wouldn't imagine.
I don't carry rockets with in my vehicle.
In Missouri, you can't drive down the highway with an uncaged bear in your car.
Somebody did that. I'm telling you.
You know, that's what strikes me as odd about most of these laws that we're talking about. Somewhere along the line, enough people did these things that the state legislatures decided they had to pass laws.
Mm-hmm. But now here's the one that gets me. We see this one. Let's see, where did it go? Right here. We go to Waynesboro. We go to Laurel. We go to Hattiesburg. We go to Meridian. Every one of us, I feel, are breaking the law in Mississippi. You cannot tell.
Speak for yourself.
Well, if you've driven in Meridian for any length of time, you probably did this one. You can be fined up to $100 for using profanity in public.
So don't cuss in Mississippi, please. Well, also, in Hawaii, did you know that it is illegal to put coins in your ears? Now, how many people had to stick coins in their ears before the state legislature in the state of Hawaii decided that they should pass a law saying you couldn't do it?
That's true.
Also, now think about this one, Clint. In Kansas, there is a law that actually reads that if two trains meet on the same track, neither can proceed until the other one has passed. How does that work?
Yes, you back up.
That's right. And in Minnesota, you can't cross the state line with a duck on top of your head.
I don't get that.
That hurts me. I would really like to carry a duck on my head in Minnesota.
I would too. Yeah.
What about Massachusetts?
You can't.
Have you ever done this?
I've never put. You can't own an explosive golf ball.
In Massachusetts, you can't.
Somebody's been watching Caddyshack. That's the
That's
only thing I can think of.
I don't know why this is, but in New York, you can't wear your house slippers after 10 o'clock at night. I don't know why. Seems to me that would probably be the time you would want to have your house slippers on.
Well, first of all, who's going to check that?
I don't know.
I don't
Well,
care
in
what
South
you do.
Dakota, there's a law against sleeping in a cheese factory. No doubt, there's a law. You can't sleep in a cheese factory in the state of South Dakota.
And y'all, and this one here, I can see people that we know doing this.
Yeah.
In the state of Oregon, there is a law against hunting in a cemetery.
That's right. There are a lot of people out there who would say, now who in the world would ever go in a cemetery to hunt? Because it would freak you out. And what are you hunting when you go in there? And what's hunting you?
That's right. Maybe some good deer hunting. I mean.
Yeah. Rhode Island, there is a law
Sorry.
that says that if you bite off somebody's limb, a leg or an arm, you'll get a 1 to 20 year prison sentence. Hey, Clint, did you know that in Maine, it's illegal to do this one thing that, now believe it or not, I think this would be offensive, this law, to a lot of people around here. Mm-hmm. Tommy's mother, in particular, rest her soul. The late Doris Campbell would keep her Christmas decorations up all year long. And turn them on at night. The lights on her porch were to be turned on at night. But there is a law in Maine that says that you can't keep your Christmas decorations up past January 16th. I don't know why January 16th was the day they picked, but apparently there was a problem with this.
Well, I'm guilty of that. When our Christmas lights are still hung up on the fence, we put them up one time. There's no need to take them down.
Well, I think it wasn't that with Miss Doris. It was the fact that she just liked Christmas so much. Well, she wanted to see it all year long. She would have her Christmas tree up, push it over in the corner, throw a sheet over it, and leave it there, decorated and all. Didn't have to do it again the next year.
I can't find any fault in that.
Okay, what about women and the law? Now, over the years, we women have been treated really unfairly in a whole lot of ways.
Sure have.
And I'm glad you agree with that because you have a woman for a boss and it could get you in trouble if you disagree,
Yeah, that's true too.
But there are some statutes passed in the 1800s and 1900s that were trying to protect us, I guess. And so there, in the Cleveland, Ohio area, there was a law that was passed, and it's still on the books today. Women cannot wear leather shoes in public. And that was supposed to protect them from having a bad reputation, they said, and I don't know why that is. Why leather shoes were damaging to your reputation at that time, I don't know. This law is still on the books. Women in Florida can be fined for falling asleep under a hairdryer in the salon. And the Florida unmarried women can't parachute on Sundays. I guess you can on Monday through Saturday, I don't know, but you can't parachute on a Sunday.
12:01 on Sunday night, Saturday night.
You can't parachute there, so don't go down there and try it.
And if you're a woman living in Michigan, you might want to check with your husband before heading to the hairstyles. According to state law, your hair belongs to your spouse, and you need his permission before you can alter it.
I say.
I could say something else, but this is a family show.
That's the best thing I can come up with at the time. We're still close to the Mississippi state line. We may get in trouble for cussing and have to pay that $100 fine. I bet you I know one thing. Tommy Campbell would never tell me not to cut my hair.
He might try.
All right, Arizona.
All right.
What about this one? This is 1924 law.
According to an Arizona law, it is illegal for donkeys to sleep in bathtubs.
Yeah, it is. Enough donkeys in the state of Arizona over a period of time slept in bathtubs, apparently, so that the state legislature decided they needed to pass a law that prohibited it.
And now for the drum roll, because you know.
Now these are Alabama. We're
going to be into this somewhere.
We're getting into the laws that are on the books for the state of Alabama.
It is illegal to wear a fake mustache that causes someone to laugh in church.
You know, I wonder what they do about real mustaches that cause people to laugh, because there are a lot of those.
Or hideous ties.
Yeah. There's also a law that says that you have to have windshield wipers on your car. And I'm not really sure who would.
Well, they're probably at some point in time. Matter of fact, I want to say that the person that invented windshield wipers was from Alabama. And there was probably, at one time, you didn't have windshield wipers on a car. That's probably where they came. It was all the money in his pocket, I guess.
There's also a law that says you can't drive blindfolded. I don't think it does. So don't drive blindfolded in the state of Alabama.
And this one here, I remember this one. This one actually has something to do with vandalism with Mardi Gras. In Mobile, it's illegal. Well, not this one, but there's also a second part to it. It's illegal to spit orange peels on the sidewalk.
Yeah. I guess you could throw down a banana peel, but you can't spit an orange peel.
But it's also illegal to spray silly string in Mobile. That's what I was talking about where it went to Mardi Gras. They were spraying the silly string on people's cars, and it would cause damage to the paint finish.
Well, you can't spray it at all anymore.
Right.
You also can't put salt on a railroad track in Alabama, and you'll get the death penalty if you do that. Can't put salt on a railroad track. You can't carry an ice cream cone in your back pocket either. Eggplant.
I'm trying to get over this one.
This is one that, you need to just really heed this law, because I might have to turn you into the authorities. Because you can no longer, since you know what the law reads, you can no longer flick boogers in the wind. So, you can't play dominoes on Sunday in the state of Alabama.
I had an old football coach. He'd be in trouble with that one.
What, the dominoes? Or
the dominoes.
Oh, okay.
Both.
So she was talking about
both.
In Montgomery, it's illegal to open an umbrella on the street. I don't know what you do if it's raining in Montgomery, but you can't open your umbrella if you're walking down the street. There is I'm not really sure, I saw this one too, I'm not really sure exactly where this is. It's a town in Alabama where you can't wear, there's a street on this particular town where you can't wear jeans walking down the street.
My thing is, there was actually, if you know how laws are passed, somebody had to present a bill.
I know.
And it go through the chain of command.
Exactly. And enough people had to realize that this was such a problem in the state that they took their time to pass a law, which is probably why we have the longest constitution on the planet. Yeah. And here is the last law that we're going to talk about, and it's specifically related to the Butler Fest that's coming up next weekend, next Friday and Saturday. Butler Fest is all about the pigs, right?
Right.
If you go through Butler right now, you'll see pigs everywhere.
That's right.
But remember that there is a law in the state of Alabama that says you can't drive a herd of pigs down the streets of Butler after 6 p.m.
So at 5:59,
you better get your pigs and put them up after 5:59.
Quit playing with your pigs.
That's right. In the town of Butler. Now, you can bring them to Givertown, though.
Yeah.
We'll take them down here. We'll let you drive them through our streets, but not in Butler.
That's right.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, the other day I saw a man in Butler. He had a donkey on the back of his truck.
You better not put him in a bathtub. It's illegal.
But I asked him, I said, what's the deal with the donkey? He said, oh, I've had him since he was a baby. He said he'll hop up in the back of the truck just like a dog and then down the road just... I thought, as long as he's not in the bathtub, he's in
Well,
good shape.
yeah, but that's only true in whatever that state that was that says you can't put a sleep. I don't remember what state it was that you can't have a donkey sleeping in the bathtub. Yeah.
Just don't do it here.
And don't put a duck on your head across the state line.
That's right.
Yeah. So, well, anything else, Clint? Got any other crazy law ideas that are around you?
I know that at one point it was illegal to spit on the sidewalks in Butler.
I like that law really because that's kind of nasty.
But other than that, got a good weekend of sports. It's
Yeah.
going to be a beautiful weekend. Get out and enjoy it.
Yeah, that's right.
Be safe. Be merry. Be happy.
Wishing PA good luck tonight in our homecoming game.
All our area teams.
Yeah.
Get out there and go support our teams. By the way, Choctaw County, Southern Choctaw. That is the SunTV game of the week. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock. Pre-games at 6:45. We'll be bringing you all the action from Tiger Stadium.
Yeah. Well, for Clint Franks, I'm Deanne Campbell. Thank you for watching today, and we'll see you on Monday.